back to some more Umineko when they cry. So where we last left off, both Shannon and Beatrice were having having a conversation. Especially both were having a tea party. And then Canon was watching from the distance because, he has high suspicions of Beatrice, you know, considering that he's suspecting the witch of placing Shannon under her control of the such. Saying this whole, oh, you may say that you want to be human, but we're both servants, furniture and the such. I'm not really sure if, the quote-unquote Milady or Natsuki or the sort, or Eva. I guess both. It's weird. Canon doesn't like Eva and Natsuki, but even though, things really changed when both, decided to snitch on. I can't really go as far, but things really have been causing a bit of a drastic change. And Shannon is trying to convince Canon into being human, or at least become to. So this is where we picked off, so let's continue reading. Shannon quietly pointed at the sea towards the horizon. Canon didn't understand what she meant and couldn't do anything except look between the horizon and Shannon's expression, which seemed to be posing a riddle.
海。カノン君は海が何色に見える？
So, the sea means wait, so sea means umi. Does it even say anything in tip? No, not yet. It was an extremely simple question. For a while, Canon tried to guess at the meaning behind it, but he couldn't think of anything, so he answered obediently.
パッとしない。ネズミ色だよ。それが何？
Objectively speaking, the sea laid out beneath a cloudy sky could probably be described best by Canon's words. But as Shannon closed her eyes and smiled, she shook her head slightly.
私には真っ青に見える。
そういう意味？緑色の信号を青っていうようなものでしょ。
違うの。海は真っ青。私には分かって、カノン君には分からないなら、これがつまりそういうことなの。
Canon bit his lower lip and was silent for a while. No words.
分からないよ。僕には。
カノン君、手を出して。
As Canon was taken aback, unable to understand what she was saying, she took his arm and opened the palm of his hand. Shannon softly said something there. It was that magic brooch which she had retrieved from Beatrice. A magic charm, shaped like a gold butterfly that could bring love to fruition.
これはあいつの。
これは私の。だから私だと思って粗末にしないで。
No words. After being spoken to like that, she couldn't just throw it away. Canon didn't know what he should do, and he stood there confused for a while, the brooch still on the palm of his hand. Shannon put the palm of her hand on top of Canon's, and the brooch was warmed by both of their hands.
これは本当の魔法の力を持ったお守り。きっとカノン君に大切な気持ちを教えてくれると思うの。
あいつの魔法で教えられることなんて何もない。
あるの。だから身につけて。恥ずかしければ懐に忍ばせておくだけでもいいそうなの。
That's one way to do it.
バカバカしい。あいつの魔法なんかに惑わされてたまるか。
Even as he said that, Canon couldn't be cold-hearted towards something Shannon was urging him to take. In the end, Canon took it and agreed reluctantly, saying he'd prove that he wouldn't surrender to the witch's power. Shannon smiled and nodded back.
きっとカノン君は大切なことを学べるよ。きっと人間になれるから。そうすればきっとカノン君にもこの海が美しい青に見えるに違いない。
Maybe he'll change, maybe not. Who knows how much stubbornness is holding up that takes a while to get rid of. But the thing with Canon is like, yeah, there's no way magic exists, but Shannon is, let's just say she's a bit too optimistic into this.
ネズミ色は何度見たってネズミ色さ。
違うよカノン君。そう見えるのは愛がないから。
Because you have no what? What? You have no... Oh. So it says, oh yeah, this thing showed up because it's something with the dialogue with blue and green. Color of Ao in Japanese has a range of meanings, including pale, fresh, young, naive, and the colors blue and green in one word. The sea and sky are so fresh grass is Ao, and so is the green on the traffic light. I didn't even know. Nowadays, Japanese has a native word, midori, for the color green, but the use of the broad word Ao is still very common, and this is the color Shannon uses to refer to the sea. Canon wonders if she is using Ao to mean something other than blue. Yeah, it means she could see the optimism shown around. You have no what is... That's the thing, what is the word? Because you have no soul? Is that what she was trying to say? She's like, what? That's what I'm trying to make theorize. What was she trying to say? Because of the howling wind, he hadn't been able to catch the main point of what she just said. So Shannon said it once more. The single element of the world. She spoke once more of the world where it existed, where the sea was deep blue.
きっとカノン君にも真っ青な海が見えるよ。
Well, what was the word? Why would you hide it from me?
だって
Without love, it cannot seem. And it ends just like that. Alright, and we're back to the
そこにいるのは誰か。
we're back at the front of the garden. The main square of the such. Oh. Well, this is new for this episode. Normally, Kinzo is holed up inside his study room, but now he's outside. Oh my god. My mind has been blown. He came out to touch some grass. I'm sorry. I'm just pointing that out. That is a shocker to me. Oh boy.
カノンです。 親方様。
It was rare for Kinzo to leave his study. That's what I mean! However, the fact that he had didn't mean his noble research had been suspended. He may have left the study because of a change in mood, but that didn't mean the thoughts filling his head were any different from those he had while inside the study. Kanon knew that no matter what the time, speaking to Kinzo when he didn't want to be spoken to would always disturb his research.
天気が重いな。
Is that so?
崩れるのか。
Does this mean that the storm is coming again, just like always?
はい。天気予報ではいつ雨があってもおかしくないと。傘をお持ちいたしましょうか。
それには及ばん。しばらく私を放っておくがいい。息子たちに聞かれても所在は知らぬと言っておけ。私は自らの思考を巡る旅で忙しい。
かしこまりました。それでは失礼いたします。
That's strange. If you're outside this, if you're finally out of the outside for the first time, then where are you going to, I wonder? Before Kanon finished bowing, Kinzo had already returned to his own world, having forgotten Kanon's presence completely. And once again, he began rambling to himself. Amidst those words, the name of that witch popped up many times.
おお、ベアトリーチェ。お前の微笑みに手が届かぬ。
Oh, it's the same thing, just like from the previous episode. There's similar dialogue.
どうすれば蘇るのか。どうすれば再び微笑んでくれるのか。何が足りぬ。研究か資料か触媒か、それとも魔力か運気か神託か。
Now, the question is Shannon's fate, like, with Beatrice, is by luck? Or is it just, how she was, able to respect the witch? That's the thing. Or luck or an oracle.
ああ、ベアトリーチェ、どうすればお前の面影をもう一度見ることができるのだ。
Amusing, but reasonable. As Kanon listened to his master's weeping voice with his back turned, he turned around just once. When he did, right behind his isolated old master was the shadow of a person who shouldn't have been there. It was the witch. Oh hey, she just appeared. At once, thinking that the witch must be plotting to do Kinzo some harm, Kanon dashed back to Kinzo and tried to form a shield with his body. But when he saw the expression on the witch's face, that emotion of his vanished. Because Beatrice's expression was sorrowful. Sorrowful, or maybe pitying.
愚かな金蔵。わらわはここにいるというのに見えぬのか。
Yeah, it's time to pity this old man. Right behind Kinzo, as he repeated the witch's name over and over, desiring to be reunited with her more than anything else, was the witch herself. And yet, Kinzo didn't notice anything. When Beatrice tried to rest her hand on his shoulder, he didn't notice.
なぜだ、なぜベアトリーチェの微笑みに手が届かぬのか。月齢か。
I honestly want to know the answer myself.
水星の周期か、惑星の配列か。何が足りぬのだ、何が。
無駄よ、金蔵。愛がなければ見えない。
Canon took the brooch he had received from Shannon out of his pocket. By learning something new, would he become able to glimpse something he couldn't see now?
愛がなければ見えない。
Without love, it cannot be seen. He looked at Kinzo's back once more. The witch could no longer be seen there. Bit of a interesting. Oh, the music just cut off. Huh. Now what is this? Huh. Now this is a very bit of a this is an odd scene transition right there. So we went from, you know, the mansion of the love cannot be seen and such to the school cultural festival. Is this the part? I have no idea. Maybe there's one. Maybe one of the kids within the Ushiramiya family are partaking in this. The biggest fall event for the Ushiramiya family was the family conference in October. But to Jessica, there was another major event that came before that, the school cultural festival. Jessica liked the school. To her, it was a place where she could let out the stress she built up from the rigid lifestyle she was forced to lead at home. For today's cultural festival, she formed a group with her friends. Oh gee, I didn't know episode 2 have a bit of a slice of life stuff to it. And had announced that they'd perform some light music on a temporary stage. She had prepared and practiced for this over and over until today, always anxiously awaiting this day's arrival. But there was one thing that worried her. She looked at the clock. There was still a little time, but she felt uneasy. Would that person really come? After taking a single deep breath, her heart jumped when all her friends suddenly started speaking in shrill voices.
嘘、ひなの彼氏超イケてんじゃん。
Oh my.
マジすごくない？マジすごくない？
リンの彼氏すっごい頭良さそう。あれでド S メガネなの？マジ本当？
ダメダメ、うちの旦那ギャル男だし。
Man, this really became the most anime type of thing I ever seen. Like, this is something I never would seen in Umineko. Maybe a little bit in Higurashi, but you know, hey, I guess it's part of the trope. It may not be like this for all girls, But at least at Jessica's school, the cultural festival was basically a boyfriend exhibition, or whatever. Jessica didn't have a boyfriend. She had many friends of the opposite sex, but no special only one. But Jessica was a little famous around the school, and everyone thought it'd be natural for her to have a fitting partner. Furthermore, her pride had led her to pretend that this was true. She'd somehow managed to keep them fooled until this year. I gotta make sure. Fooled until this year, but for various reasons, she hadn't been able to escape this year's cultural festival.
ジェシー、彼氏来た？
Oh boy.
まだ来てねえみてえだぜ。仕事忙しいのかな。
Huh. She has a different Oh, hey, she has a different change of clothes, although I wonder if that changed here. Oh. Okay, well. It's only herself. Interesting. I guess I gotta look back on the previous save file and see if I miss anything, like before the different chapter. What I meant to say is, I guess I gotta look back in the previous save file and look at the difference between this character section before moving to the next chapter. Because this right here is chapter 3, so maybe he's busy with work. Bit of a nervous laugh right there.
ジェシーの彼氏、どんな人なの？せめてヒントだけでも出してよ。何系？何系？
すごいよね。社会人なんでしょ？スーツとかで来る？もちろんメガネかけてるよね。ねえ、でも本当はいないんだよね。今素直に白状したら私の仲間に入れてあげるって。一緒にこの文化祭を涙で濡らそうよ。
いや、いる。本当にいるって。
Jessica's bitter smile was covered with cold sweat. It was starting to seem doubtful whether she really had deceived her sharp-witted friends. Oh.
はい。
Flashback to the conversation between Jessica and Shannon this time.
なら、彼氏さんの偽物を立てて連れて行くというのはどうでしょうか。
A fake boyfriend? What is this, like an imaginary boyfriend?
偽物？
How are you gonna do that? Is this some kind of thing going on? Oh. Huh. Now I went back to this. Okay. Okay, so it doesn't matter whether I go back to the previous save file to load or not. A fake? I'm really curious to know.
誰を？そんなのに心当たりねえぜ。
Shannon's ridiculous plan surprised Jessica into hysterics. Even so, it was probably more realistic than the crazy methods running through her head about getting a boyfriend in the big rush before the cultural festival.
例えばですが、カノン君なんてどうでしょう。
Oh, see, that's what I was trying to hint. That's what I was trying to hint or theorize, like from the previous episode.
カノン君というか、きっとカノン君、文化祭の日は仕事に決まってるぜ。迷惑かけちゃ悪いしさ。
You're sure Kanon-kun has worked on the day of the festival and you don't want to bother him?
もちろん予定表も確認済みです。カノン君はその日、お休みになっています。
What a coincidence.
こんな時ばっかり容量がいいのな。
Well, would you look at that? Jessica trying to set up a relationship for Shannon and George, and then look what has turned around right here.
じゃなくて、休みならもっと悪いぜ。
How so?
せっかくの休みを私の見栄のために引っ張り出せないよ。
Well, it's not like everyone is gonna get any suspicions. It's not like everyone is gonna get suspicious about it.
カノン君は引っ張り出されないといっつも閉じこもってばかりいますので、無理に引っ張り回すくらいでちょうどいいかと思いますよ。
Like if you have a day off, it's not like everyone will freaking like interfere when you're on your free time.
そうなの？いや、でもカノン君に悪い。なら晩酌つきますね。
Well, such a shame.
おとなしく彼氏はいませんと白状なされてはいかがでしょうか。それは肩身の狭い思いをなされるでしょうが、
What a disaster.
卒業までの短くも長い間を耐え忍ばれるだけでございますし、愛し合う恋人同士にとって独り者のひがみ顔が何にも勝る甘い蜜なのです。シャノン、私のために本気で悩んでないでしょ。おちょくってるでしょ。
That's easy for you to say. Jessica wrestled about with Shannon, her eyes teary. But Shannon was unfazed, laughing with her usual smile.
はい。私とジョージ様のことを茶化してばかりのお嬢様への仕返しです。
That's exactly what I was trying to commentate. What the hell? Listening to Shannon's comeback, the likes of which didn't happen even once a year. Jessica hugged her cushion and rolled around on her bed, pretending to faint in agony. She couldn't stand Shannon's smile, which looked so triumphant, but right now, she was the only person Jessica could talk with. She could choke her to death with her cushion later. Oh my.
いいじゃないですか、お嬢様。文化祭ではありますが、カノン君と一緒に遊びに行くチャンスですよ。いや、それはそうだけど、いや。
Alright, I'll be right back because I need to get some water. Okay, so long story short, while I was getting some water, there was someone coming downstairs, and then the background noise started to begin, and so I decided to like cut the recording short. So we are ranging around close to 30 minutes in. So while we're at it, this is luckily I was able to save and then pick up where we left off. But however, I am gonna overwrite the save regardless. Anyway, so this is where we left off, to where Shannon decides to give Jessica advice and say, "Hey, why don't you make up like a boyfriend, which and borrowing Canon as some sort of scapegoat or like some sort of idea or plan, however you call it. I don't know. Anyway, let's continue. Jessica buried her head in her favorite pillow to hide the fact that her face had grown bright red, and she grumpily chewed the fingernail on her thumb. And you can't do that, it's a bit of a bad habit there. It really was a reaction to be appreciated. Shannon and Jessica were about the same age, of the same sex, and friends. And they were both right in the middle of puberty. They could never talk enough about love. That's why they could talk freely about these topics to each other. So, Jessica had heard a lot about how Shannon and George's love was progressing. And Shannon had heard a lot about what type Jessica liked, what kind of man she might be interested in. Judging by Jessica's reaction, it'll probably be rude for us to go into precisely what these things were. However, this story won't get anywhere if we just have Jessica rolling around forever, so let's dive in. Yeah, let's do that. Let's proceed. Jessica had been thinking about Canon ever since he'd shown up. It was extremely rare for young men to visit Rokujima. Oh, is that so? That's something else. Oh. Is there? No. I was just making sure. Sometimes it updates, sometimes it doesn't. There's a Rokujima, so maybe it was natural for Jessica, a girl in puberty, to develop an interest in Canon. But if anyone said that, it would destroy the romantic ideals of a maiden's pure heart and love at first sight. Shannon had been with Canon a long time at the orphanage, so she'd shown him since before they started working. So Jessica had asked persistently about what his hobbies were, what his favorite food was, and what type of girl he liked. Even to Shannon, it was clear that Jessica was infatuated with Canon.
もうカノン君をデートに連れ出せるいい機会じゃありませんか。でもカノン君にだって好きな人とかいるかもしれないし、私なんかの見えっ張りに付き合わせたら気を悪くするぜ。
I mean, I don't really see any hints of, from Canon's perspective, that is.
お嬢様のような素直じゃない方を何でしたっけ、ジョージ様に習いました。
Now that's something I'm curious.
そうそう、ツンドラとか言うそうですよ。
The Sundara? Now that's something I never seen before. The word tundra converted into the Japanese sound system. It is used as a pun in reference to the word the tsundere, which is a well-known character personality trait in fictional Japanese words. I don't even want to read the whole thing in detail because I already know the fucking term anyway. So, yeah.
あと十数年かすると流行るんだそうですよ。へえ、さすがジョージ兄さんだな。未来のトレンドがわかるのかよ。すげえぜ。じゃなくて ってってことは私ってタイプは時代がずれてるってことじゃねえかよ。
It took several days of wasted efforts, but in the end, Jessica agreed to the plan of having Kanon pretend to be her boyfriend.
はい、お嬢様。お呼びでしょうか。
Jessica regretted calling out at such a bad time. Kanon always looked sullen, but he had some bad days and some better days. Well, the average work life, ain't it? Unfortunately, this reaction was the former.
いや、そのさ、
No words. All that confidence and effort she built up practicing in front of a mirror all night was wiped out in about 5 seconds. What's the point of practicing then? Jessica burned. Jessica turned a bright red and hung her head. When he saw that, Kanon sighed. Jessica thought that he was exasperated with her, and her face went pale.
シャノンから聞いています。お嬢様の学校の文化祭へお供するようにというお話ですか。
Damn, his ears are really pretty good at it. Your ears are pretty big of an expert right there, huh?
シャノンナイスじゃなくて、そうなんだけど、その当日の予定はどうかな。
You thought the conversation between Shannon and George was awkward? Well, now look at this two. This is awkward too.
シャノンから当日は特にお嬢様にお仕えするよう厳命されております。僕は高校には行ったことがないので分かりませんが、何でも男性の付き人がいないと大変肩身が狭い場だとか。後宮本家令嬢が庶民に劣ることがあってはならないと特に厳命されておりますので。
You can see right here, this is some sort of a anime trope right there, what he said.
シャノン後でぶっ殺す。
Jessica kept yelling with a strange voice and a broken smile, like a tea kettle filled with boiling water. As Kanon watched this, he sighed again. Kanon wasn't an idiot either. He fully understood what Jessica intended by inviting him. But to be honest, playing along with Jessica's love game seemed like it would be nothing more than annoyance to him. However, Shannon had asked him over and over. He was deeply indebted to her, so he couldn't refuse. And that brooch was in his pocket. Could this strange turn of events have been brought about by the magic power residing in this brooch? Ridiculous. But he remembered what Shannon had sent to him that day. What did Shannon see that I cannot? I'm pretty sure it's the line that said that without love, it cannot be seen. Let's see. What does Shannon see that I cannot? I don't understand Shannon's feelings. We are furniture, as if we could ever become anything more. It was a truly odd exchange between Jessica, who was still rambling on in a strange voice, and Kanon, who sighed deeply. Okay.
ジェシ
Awkward.
ー、人が来てるよ。
Oh, we're back. We're back in this session. Okay.
聞こえてないの？え？ごめん。誰？
As my friends all gathered together, they were looking this way with hard to describe expressions, whispering to each other in small voices that weren't small anymore. My attempt to play dumb felt pretty transparent, even to me. Did I really just say, sorry, who is it? Like, I don't know who just showed up. It's useless, my mind's going blank.
嘘、あれジェシの彼氏？かわいい。
Wait, what? Oh, what's up with the trench coat, though?
本当に彼氏いたんだ。
What the fuck? Did it update in there, though? Oh, Canon, young servant. Oh, it just updated within that. Well, the description is still the same, though. Highly regarded. Well, that's one way to disguise it. He's real?
マジ嘘、本
Well, if that's one way to play it, then it works out, right?
当？ジェシカの裏切り者。すっごい素敵じゃん。年下？年下なんて聞いてないよ。どこどこ？ジェシの彼氏ってどこどこどこ？ショタって本当？
Oh god.
いや遅かったじゃねえかよ。
昇降口がわからなかったもので、遅くなって申し訳ございません。
I see, he still has that, the same servant attitude regardless. Outside the mansion.
いや、その格好も似合ってるぜ。
Man, even outside the Rokujima, it's still awkward too between the two.
シャノンが普段着では良くないと言って先日一緒に買い物を。似合いませんでしたでしょうか。
Yeah, but why this getup though? That's what I wanted to know.
そんなことないよ。シャノン、後で2階級特進。
なんだかここは女の人ばかりで居心地が悪いです。
だよな。さ、ここじゃなくてステージの方に行こうぜ。もうすぐ私たちの出番だからさ。さ。
Jessica seemed just as uncomfortable. It looked like being bathed in everyone's interested gazes was hard on her. When he saw Jessica's appearance, Canon thought he might have made things difficult for her by coming.
なんだか迷惑をおかけしているような気がします。
Nah, surely. Surely it'll be just fine just like that.
お邪魔だったでしょうか。
I don't know.
そんなことないって。
僕がお邪魔でしたらいつでも言ってくだされば。
He calls himself Poku. Oh no. There are so much things with this anime trope right here. It's I guess according to the comments mentioned earlier, I guess I can hear like some bit of reference here and there, so it is kind of amusing.
僕はどうしていればいいでしょうか、お嬢様。
お嬢って呼ばせてるの？羊系来たこれ。
OMG.
そうですか。
Yeah, you're in the public school.
わかりました、ジェシカ様。
しつけ済みの様付けだ。
Oh, no.
ごめん、カノン君。3秒でいいから目つぶっててくれるかな。
Oh man, we're really jumping into conclusions here.
ではつまります。
Bang, bang, thunk, bam, bam, slam, crap. What is going on? By the time Kanon opened his eyes, a horrible tragedy had occurred in the room. Everyone had been driven into the walls, their arms and legs outstretched. Jessica had slipped her brass knuckles back into her pocket before Kanon's eyes opened.
とにかくステージの方に行こう。
Wait, what? I didn't know she just. Why? When does she have this in her school? How is this even allowed? I mean, according to last episode, like I did see Jessica just punched Balor up the head, but my God. I didn't know she could just conceal a weapon in a public place like this. Holy shit. This is wild. What? Oh, man.
私たちの出番はもうすぐだから、しばらく席で待っててよ。私たちは準備あるからさ。この先、突き当たりまで行けば仮設舞台があるからわかるぜ。そこで待ってて。
Okay. She pushed Kanon's back as he seemed to be having trouble moving himself and chased him out. Even though Kanon was confused by Jessica's attitude and her panicky state, which he never seen before, he followed her instructions and headed in the direction she had indicated. After seeing him off with an awkward smile, Jessica slammed the door shut and yelled loudly.
ささ、見たね。見たでしょ？満足した？ざまあねえぜ。
Yes, yeah, you sure are having bragging rights for a, quote-unquote staged boyfriend of the sort, I guess.
賭けに負けた。
絶対ジェシに彼氏なんかいないと思ってたのに。
彼氏じゃないんでしょ。使用人へのパワハラでしょ。
That's I.
ジェシの彼氏素敵だおー。いやかましいぜ。ほらほら、準備準備。
When Jessica took the brass knuckles out of her pocket again, everyone energetically returned to their tasks. Well. That's one way. I guess that's one way to discipline them. Just... Okay, well, I think I had enough of this. I think I had enough of this one. Oh my goodness. I'll just save on this. I don't want to overwrite the file anyway. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Please rate, comment, like, comment, subscribe. Next part, let's just find out, during the middle of this awkward bit of a school festival right there. Y'all have a good one.